I was a bad bitch, I want to fuck me too. And
Hey,
Choppa, I do want to fuck you.
Whoa!
What did he say?
You need to leave. Why would he say that?
Like, why would she say that?
Why would she say that? Like, you know how that makes me feel.
Do you ever wonder who else is fucking your man?
Honey.
Pop your booty like this. Pop your booty like that. That is the
Wasn't
most
there another
unhinged
song that was released? We should have sang Megan's part. We should have sang Megan's new song with BTS.
She came out with a song with BTS?
That K-pop group? Like yesterday. Yesterday, not today, not today, 'cause.
And on that note, you guys. And on that note, y'all. Welcome to another unhinged episode of the Untitled Africans podcast. I'm your favorite certified yapper boy, Brian, aka Batty B, and the B stand for bands, with your girl with the purple hair.
Wangeshi, certified juicy fruity. Y'all see that? Juicy fruity. She keep it juicy. She eat that lunch. Sorry.
I don't know why.
The way that I can reference 15 songs in one sentence is problematic, and I'm trying to work on it. I apologize.
Literally, me and Geshi were at a bar yesterday. I was not drinking, just FYI. But we were at a bar having after work.
Not drinking.
We're at a bar after work.
Who was clocking you?
I'm just making sure like people know.
So if my AA coach is listening, I had a mocktail.
Like we're at this bar. They have what was it, Jeopardy or no? It was Wheel of Fortune, and we were watching it and we were trying to play along. And then every word they'd guess, like when Geshi would just start singing another song, and I was like, "Girl, you need to go play Song Association." Okay, go on Terrell's show and play Song Association.
But when I watch it, on Terrell's show, like I struggle so much. Like I don't think I can do it well under pressure.
What?
Like,
Girl, I
To
excel.
be, like, casual.
I
can't do the pressure. I realized that. Like I can't do pressure.
We should do it on an episode and just see who would win. Like that should be like a really cute.
I'm gonna lose because I don't like that. I don't like competition. I want it to be fun and games and just for giggles and laughs. I'm just a girl. I can't do that. I'm not meant to compete. I'm meant to be soft and live casually.
You're giving very soft in this. You're giving very coquette in this like lace, purple wig moment, lilac moment. What's going on? What inspired this look today?
She was a fairy. And what inspired it
was a fairy.
I had a wig that my man got me that was sitting there collecting dust, and I was like, you know what? I'm about to put my hair in some twists, and she will not fit once I have those twists. So let me show her some love. I didn't completely lay her because it's just for this episode recording. I can't wait to do my hair today.
Yay.
But yeah, I'm like, let me show her some love. And then, this is like a test run so that when I'm ready to lay her for real, I know I need to pluck her. I need to do this and that. But I've already cut the lace and things.
She's cute though. I will say that. I like the color.
Thank you, honey. From a Black-owned shop at DreamCon. Also, this is also from a Black-owned shop at DreamCon. Shout out to the Blacks.
The what? Little black person.
I am the least racist person of all time.
Race. Girl, unhinged. Anyway, girl, let's go ahead and check in. How you been?
I've been good, sort of, kind of, like.
Uh-oh.
That was my week. But, I still think it was okay. It was not bad. It was not a bad week. I went to therapy for the first time, and what I realized was almost 3 months. No, it was 2 months, and I didn't realize it had been that long. So I was talking to her and I was like, "Ooh, girl, we gotta catch up." Shout out to my therapist. I love her so much.
She probably hit you with that DC3. Girl, I can tell you've been lying and you need somebody to talk to.
No, literally.
You don't have to be hiding. Don't you be afraid. Say it hurt you. I'm your girl. You're my girl. We your girls. And don't you know that we love you? I mean, your therapist probably doesn't love you, but you know, the sentiment stays.
I think she does. I think she does.
Girl,
she's my auntie. I don't know. We have like a different kind of relationship. Like y'all wouldn't get it. Like,
oh yeah, don't you have a Nigerian?
No, I do have a Nigerian
therapist. How? That's crazy. That is crazy.
She is everything. She's like the African mother that I wish I had growing up. Like, shout out to my mom.
Did you have an African mother growing up? Oh, okay. But, you mean the emotionally
the healthier version.
Yeah, okay, exactly. Gotcha.
Exactly. So it's really healing a part of my inner child.
I love
having
that for
like
you.
An African woman that I can talk to about this stuff. I almost felt
How'd
like
you find her?
Like my sister. Actually, I had another therapist through my job, and like the Nigerian woman was like with her, like as a student, and now I'm just with her. So yeah,
I love that.
How's your week been,
That's
friend?
So great. You know, my week has been, for some reason, this week has been like the longest of a 4-day week. Like it felt like a full 5-day week. Work has been, it was pretty chill though, I will say in the beginning though, but then literally Friday decided to be the day from hell. And just like everybody needed everything all at once at the same time. But I will say I did end Friday though on a good note because my mom hired a house cleaner or housekeeper to come. And, you know, you're really at peace when your space is clean. Because when I came back after our link up, like, I was like, oh. And it smelled like really fresh. And then apparently, like, she sprayed this air freshener that I had in my room. Because I was like, oh, she left this. My mom was like, no, she said that was yours. I said, huh? This is in my room?
You didn't know the air freshener in your room, friend.
Yeah. And then she organized my little, like, dresser area. And she cleaned, like, she wiped out my desk and, like, my TV console. I was like, wow. I didn't realize how dusty it was in here. But coming back to that space is really nice. But I don't know, having a cleaner is like, it's weird while they're here. Like if you're here while they're here cleaning. I don't know. But then also like my mom was like, make sure your rooms are clean. I was like, doesn't that defeat the purpose of you hiring her if I clean my room?
You know, Black people, like, they're gonna make sure you clean. Like, you're not gonna embarrass me in my house.
It's like,
she needs
girl,
to clean, but she doesn't need to think we're disgustingly.
She just needs to think we're hoarders and, you know, disgusting. But yeah, so that was nice. And then also, I've been helping my mom like I've been Marie Kondoing my mom's life this week and a little bit of like last week too, but mostly this week is like when we got rid of like the big stuff. And so we've cleaned out most of the storage that was going to be like my office/studio. And I hope I'm slowly gaining it back, slowly, little by little. So I'm very happy about that. And in that also, I got to help a family that just got here from Kenya the other day. And I was like, oh, that's so crazy. Like we had some old bed frames that we weren't using anymore. And they had like 2 little kids. And so my mom was like, pack this up and put it, you know, drive it up to them. And I took it to them and they were like, oh my God, thank you so much. And then when I got there, the little boy kept asking, whose bed frame is it? Whose bed is this for? Whose bed is this for? And I could tell like he was so excited and it really just filled my heart. And I was like, wow, I need to be more altruistic and like more philanthropic with like, you know, my stuff and my time. I was like, I really need to like give back to my community.
The beauty of charity. Yes.
Yeah. So, and it was nice and then like I literally, I was it? Yeah. I asked them, I was like, so, you know, like when did you guys get here? And they're like, oh, we just got here like last Thursday. I said, y'all are like fresh off the boat.
I can't even imagine like all the things they probably need.
It took me back. Like I was just like, damn. Looking back, I was like, because I was like, I saw them, and I literally just saw my mom, my dad, me, and my sister, because they literally looked like, because I think their youngest was like under 5, and their oldest was like over 8, and I was just like, this is literally me and my family, and I was just like, damn, I remember. And then it took me back to like when, you know, my mom actually told me the story how like we all got our first furniture for like our first apartment. And it was so sweet. I was like, oh, I was like, wow,
It's
time really
beautiful.
does fly.
Yeah, there's some girls at my church that like, it's like 3 of them and with their parents, and it's so cute seeing them interact because it reminds me of me and my sisters, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is us once, and now it feels like a
Ages
whole
ago,
nother,
lifetime.
yeah, lifetime. Yeah, and it's like, damn, like it feels like yesterday, but then it also feels like forever ago,
Yeah,
if that makes sense. It's like I can't even I can't even imagine this dynamic anymore, because like the oldest, she speaks for all 3 of the girls, then the youngest barely
that's
says a
so
word, and
giving
now here I am
Esther.
with a whole or Esther is like, I speak for the group,
I
okay?
speak for the trees.
And that's how she, I think that's how the eldest daughters always end up being the most like articulate, eloquent type, because they have to speak for like their siblings, whether it's they're
Yeah,
out at a new church, whether it's like speaking up for the parents. If anybody
or
gets
even
in
like,
trouble, the parents are
yeah,
automatically going to the oldest.
they're like, what
Like,
happened? Who did what?
because growing up my whole life, I was like, oh my God, like, how is my sister like so well spoken and so smart and just like everything I want to be? It's because she had no choice.
Yeah, girl, she had to be. And then
Yeah, you
also
had to
sometimes
be
you
as
have
the
to be
oldest.
like as the oldest, like you also have to be the one that speaks for your parents, like anywhere you go, because like motherfuckers in
Mm,
America like to be like, sorry, I don't understand your accent. What are you saying? So it's like,
yeah,
oh,
especially like fresh out of Kenya. Yeah.
yeah. But
Any immigrant, yeah,
uh,
children.
man,
That's
it's
so
been too long.
beautiful.
I know.
I feel like that's better than like, you take things to Goodwill, you just give it to like the employee,
Some
you don't
random
really see where it
worker.
goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you get to take it to like your family or a part of your community or anybody in general,
Somebody
like
who needs it
it's
is like it's better to see
mhm.
it like because you know it's gonna get put to use. Like it has a
Yeah.
second life.
That's so cute.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
girl, let's
love
go
that for
ahead
you,
and get
friend.
into what's on the timeline. And it is a
Where's
very
your song?
what's on the timeline. That's it. That's all I
The
remember.
lack of energy, is
I don't even think that is the melody for it, honestly. It's
at least
not.
said here, bitch. Damn.
Well, it's because this week's what's on the timeline is very somber. It's been a very dark
Hmm.
week. Um
Yeah.
so starting off,
Trigger
y'all need to do
warnings.
trigger warning
Gun
to anyone.
violence, domestic violence, violence of
Death.
all kinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, death.
So um this past week there was another school shooting, and if you look at the count that there of how many there've been since January, it's actually crazy.
I don't even think I can.
It's over the hundreds.
Oh,
Like
yeah, I
we're
don't
in,
think I can look at that.
but a week into the first week of the school. No, yeah, a week
I don't think it's
into
been a
the
week. The
school
girls go
year.
to school early now. It's like a
Well,
month, right?
for this county, it was a
Oh,
week into the school year. There was a school shooting in, I believe it was
Apalachee High School.
Apalachee. Why did I say Apache? Apalachee High School. Yeah.
Just missing
Um,
an L.
there was 4 individuals, 2 students and 2 teachers who were unfortunately who lost their lives. I don't know. I can't do it anymore. I can't open another to like news notification. I can't. It's too much at this point. Like there's becoming desensitized, and then just like it being too much to the point where like you can't just. I can't look. I can't hear it. I can't see another vigil. I can't like why like meanwhile there are people in power who can stop this at any moment but refuse to because of who they're in pockets with or who they're
Yeah,
in
I
league
think
with,
like
specifically the NRA. But
yeah, it's crazy because it's like this is literally preventable. Like I think there's like the Onion article from like a decade ago that's like we don't know how to keep this. I don't. We don't know why this keeps happening. Says the only nation where this constantly happens. It's
literally,
like, girl, how do y'all not know how to stop this from happening or how to
like
keep this from happening when it happens every year, multiple times a year? It's been happening increasingly since the 90s. Since when was it? Columbine in 99? And I'm like, back in high school when we watched that, that was like, I remember watching that freshman year about Columbine and being like, oh my God, that's so scary. And then like every year
little
from
did you
there,
know,
seemed like a little bit more like possible to
real
actually happen. Like 14-year-old me was like, oh my God, that's so scary. And then like 17, 18-year-old me was like staying home from school one day because we had a gun, like a shooting threatened at our school. So it's like,
girl. We
oh,
had
it's so
one.
scary, but it's happening. It's not a nightmare, babes. It's reality.
We had a like shooting scare. No, no, we had three, I believe.
I'm
Right?
pretty sure we had like multiple, but yeah.
No, but three of them were ones where like we actually had to like evacuate the school and stuff. I distinctly remember my
I
senior
thought that was
year.
one.
No, I distinctly
That was
remember my
one where
senior
we had
year of
to just.
school. There was no, it wasn't a shooting. It was a hostage situation in the neighborhood near our school, and I was in my physics class, Miss Goodwin's physics class, and she was like, "All right, if you drove here, go ahead and head to your cars and head home. Like like I'm not keeping y'all here. I don't want shit to go down because we had been in there for like it was coming up hours at this point, and I was just like, oh, we need to go. Like she was kind enough to even like let us. The fact that we were all seniors, so the fact that she was like, all right, y'all clearly most of y'all drove here, so I'm gonna just let y'all go, and we can deal with it. Just sign this thing saying that you left, and you can and I don't think she's allowed to do that. Um,
But she
but
was
the
still
fact that
trying to keep track of like students to be like
yeah,
who's
yeah,
there.
yeah, it's like
That's why
make
they can't
sure
be
like
accounted for.
yeah, but like that shit was fucking
That was
scary as hell. So
scary.
I
And
can
I was
only
just stuck in the
imagine.
math building that time. And we definitely thought it was an active shooter initially.
No, and I remember because the reason why they shut down the math building, like you couldn't leave there, is because the neighborhood was like right behind the bus ports, and like the from the bus port, the first building you hit is the math building. Yeah, that shit was
I
frightening
honestly
as
had a
fuck.
good view of like that street, which it wouldn't have been good if there was a shootout. But
Yeah, but that
yeah, it was
imagine that was
scary
literally only a hostage situation in a neighborhood, in a house. Now, but in like an actual like, it's awful.
at
To the
school.
and to Governor Kemp talking about some right now, we don't need to be politicizing this issue. We need to be offering
It's
prayers.
literally a political
I was
issue.
like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? Like as soon as Sandy Hook happened, and what was the other school? It was Sandy Hook. Um,
There's so many.
literally
There's Parkland, there's
students were
Uvalde,
literally the
there's
next day already like marching in the streets saying that there needs to be more legislation against like people being able to buy assault rifles. For what reason do you need one? Like I don't get it. I don't understand. And I know that I don't know if they've just now implemented this thing, if like the shooter is like under 18 or something, that they get the parents are the ones who get
yeah.
charged also. But the fact that the FBI was investigating this kid for all the
That's
things
what
he was
I'm
saying.
saying. Last year, as a 13-year-old boy, this he has the FBI coming up to his door because about threats that he made to his school. And the boy's just like, I would never make those threats, even jokingly.
I would
And the dad
never.
is like, yeah, he has, like, I have hunting guns here, but he doesn't have access to them. And the FBI was like, okay. And then do you know what happened the next school year? This boy transferred to Apalachee. And look at where we are now.
Yeah.
Moved schools, I think, to another county. And this, like, I feel you with like the like almost being desensitized to it because it's such a norm, but you're desensitized until it starts to affect you. Like when I was in college, I literally covered this county and their schools. And I'm like, oh, I know this school. Like, I like went to them as they were building up their academy and science school over there, and like talking to students there.
When it
Oh, I did
starts,
not
like,
think this would get hard.
yeah,
But it's
like,
like these are like children, and we have to remember that. And like, I think for like partially like our mental health and our sanity, it's like we want to not think about it, but it's like it's going to keep happening if we don't do anything about it. But it's also like, what can we do about it? Like, we've been protesting, we've been telling our senators and our congressmen and women and the
calling.
presidents.
It's like,
But
how,
I don't know, because it's like
I think,
there's nothing getting done. People are so attached to guns that now it's like, first of all, rest in peace to Mason, to Christian, to Christina, and to Richard. Mason and Christian were 14 years old. I saw an interview where this student was talking about his teacher, Christina, and he was like, "Oh, Mrs. Urime, I don't remember her last name, but she was like telling me, like asking me if I was okay because I threw up the day before, and like try to make sure that I'm not late to class and all of this." And I was like, it just really puts in perspective, like these are babies, like, and now they
children,
have to deal with like the
the
trauma of
realities
like
of, like,
mourning someone. Like at that age, you were like, I'm immortal, like I can do anything, I can be anything I want, I can do whatever I
yeah.
want.
And you
And
should
now they
always,
have this lifelong burden of like of having to survive like where they are. If they hear loud noises, they could be traumatized. If the students that had to drag their teacher's body, this is like a lot for any grown adult. And the fact that so
no,
many little
seriously.
kids have been put through this is like sick. And this is in Georgia, which is very pro gun. So like I just really
You can,
wonder like what's going to happen. And this is election season, so I feel like something really needs to be like
to the
said and done
forefront.
about it. And I think this is why Governor Kemp is like, let's not politicize this, please,
Nah,
because
fuck that
like the
bullshit.
Republicans are about to be fighting for their lives to say that the Second Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Second Amendment. But it's like kids are dying. At what point do we realize that we need to make changes to these laws that are hundreds of years old to protect our young ones? Y'all are talking about you're pro life, but then as soon as you come into this world, you can be taken out at a moment because of a bullet, because nobody's willing to stop these little kids from dying. That is not pro life. I don't
Yeah.
think they realize what that means. Yeah. RIP to
No,
those people, and I'm so sorry to the survivors who now have to live with that trauma.
it's never fucking easy, and it's never gonna get easier. And I think the only way this is ever gonna like change is when it starts affecting people's like actual pockets, because it seems that's the only way they speak. Because the only thing the NRA has over all of us that have been fighting against them and their lobbying is they have money, and that's it. And they put the money in these legislators, counties. They say, oh, we're gonna give you X amount of millions for you to do this if you'll support, get, vote against this bill to da 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 da. But I'm like, children are dying. Like we, like you said, like it's, how is that not the where we draw the line? How is that not where we draw the line? Children dying is not where we draw. Clearly, it's not.
Children dying at the hands of children.
Of
Like what?
literally 14-year-olds killing 14-year-olds, and that's where we don't draw the line. So until it starts hurting their pockets, I don't think legislators and like, it's like at the, unless it like effectively affects them, either their pockets or it affects them directly. Unless their own children are involved in school shootings, I don't think. But it's like, can't you as a human
They're gonna
being
make
have
sure
some
that
form of
doesn't happen
empathy,
somehow.
sympathy or empathy or something to be like, no, this is wrong. Ethically, morally, this is wrong, and it should not be a thing. But
Period.
I've spoken my piece ad nauseum to like the void a lot, so it feels like our voices being heard ever, or do we, So I don't know. Like I said, I'm tired and I'm sick of it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Amen.
moving on.
Moving on to more dark
More dark
sadness.
news. Rebecca Cheptegei um passed away this week from organ
She was
failures
murdered.
from basically being lit on fire by her 33-year-old partner at the time. She was an Olympian. She believed she competed in Paris, right? Was it Paris or was it the one before Paris?
I don't know, but yeah, she was in the
She was an
Olympics.
Olympian.
I
That
think she was in
much we know, but
Paris.
she passed away, and I could literally only imagine what could lead a person to do something like that. Um, it's awful.
A man
No
to
one
do
should
something like that.
no one should ever have to live in fear of their life like that.
Yeah, women, the headlines with women being attacked by men this past week has been crazy. Like it started with the like 15-year-old boy raping this 14-year-old to like death. And then I heard another one about a man hiring like 40 plus people to rape his wife. And
No,
then
correction,
this story,
drugging her and then inviting over a 40 something people to come and it wasn't until she saw video of it online, I believe. No, it wasn't. He was being investigated for something else, and then I believe the investigator saw the video of his wife and it looked like she was passed out, and then they were like, wait, we need to look into this.
I'm like, what?
The
I just don't understand. And then Rebecca Cheptegei, even when I heard that like she was set on fire by her boyfriend, I was like, I don't know. I had hope that she would number one like survive. That I
yeah,
like, you're set on fire, like your life is not about to be the same. But I was like, maybe it's something light, like he held a candle up to her hand. But of course not. Of course not, girl. Like, hello, do you know how domestic violence works on this world? Like, it's never something like that. When certain men are angry with their partners, like I think I've said this before, but the most dangerous point in a woman's life is within 2 years of breaking up or attempting to break up with her boyfriend.
yeah,
So I'm sure like they were on the outs and they had gotten into it or something like that. But like the fact that 80% of her body was covered like in
yeah,
burns, I'm like there was no way she could survive that. If she did survive that, like her life would be drastically different. I mean, I wish she did survive that. And I feel so bad for her family. Like I can't even imagine. And I'm not gonna lie, like my girls, we be talking and they be going through breakups, but I feel like every time I hear about my girls in a breakup or like somebody famous in a breakup, I'm like, please don't end up being with a man that is crazy enough to do this, because it's like
yeah.
so, I don't want to say normal, but it's a lot more normal than it should be. Like acts of violence against women, and I'm just like, and it's not really like going anywhere. Like I'm not seeing any progress in it. Afghanistan just passed all these laws against women, basically keeping them from being outside. And if they're outside, they need to be covered head to toe. Like even their eyes need to
Yeah.
be covered. And I'm like,
I
where
don't.
is the progress? And if y'all don't know this, but the most progressive countries, the ones that have women leadership and the best female like rates of equality, end up doing the best as a society. It's like
I've always said it.
you're
If we lived in a
literally preying on the downfall of your own nation with misogyny and patriarchy. Like you would literally be doing so much better without it. And then now I'm hearing things about misandry, and it's like, okay, misandry is like, oh, women hate men, women don't want to be around men. Misogyny literally leads to women having 80% of their body covered in burns and dying. Women being drugged and raped by 40 random men that her husband sent. Like, it's not the same, babes. It's not the same. Like, misogyny and misandry are not the same, because look who's in power, babes, and look at what they're doing with it. Please.
All I can say is, I've said it before and I'll say it again. If we got rid of men, I think living in is it matriarchal society. If we lived in a matriarchal society, we'd be a lot further in life. We'd have flying cars by now, I believe.
I love how everybody's like notion to like the pinnacle of technology is flying cars.
I think we would if we lived in a matriarchal society. We definitely would. But I think there's not. It's the fact that like y'all pass laws against women, and I can even like this can even go back to like when we were back in school. Imagine the dress code laws that we used to have, or the rules that we used to have. They were always against girls, but there were never classes for the boys to not act on violence against women. And I saw the best quote from, what was it? On the show Industry, this past episode from last week. This woman was talking to her husband, and she said, it's easier to raise emotionally healthy boys than it is to fix a broken man. And I said,
I almost choked on my water with that. Oh my goodness.
And this is a white woman. She dropped word. I said, yeah, you ate with that. You ate with that.
She ate that bad.
But like, honestly, it's like, why are we building, like, even like the laws that you said in Afghanistan passed to, like, I guess against, is it to protect women or is it to keep men from acting? I'm like, are men that, do men have that little willpower? Do y'all literally have that little willpower to just not act on shit that you know is wrong? Like, and it's not even like,
I don't want to hear the not all men section. I want the men who say that it's not all men to check your boys who it is. Then hold them accountable. You need to be the ones y'all on these be sitting there talking about them, about the ones who are committing these crimes and outing them.
No, not even just committing the crimes. Also the ones that listen to their friends tell stories out. Crazy ass stories about shit that you know, if you were to tell that story to the police, your friend would be locked up. And for you to sit there and kiki with your friends, check yourself next time.
Nigga just different.
Oh, y'all, he's just crazy. No, he just into some wild stuff. He just, no. Your friend,
I need him to be ostracized. I need to be ostracizing these men.
No, y'all need to be like, nah, nigga, that's fucked up. You can't be doing that. And you need to be like, nah, I'm gonna need to report you for this one, my boy. I'm sorry. You can call me op, you can call me snitch, whatever it is, but what you did is fucked up, and you know it's fucked up.
Now I wonder, like, the men who are violent like this against their women, like, what do they say around their boys? Because, like, okay, I don't know if you obviously saw the they find a way TikTok.
They always find a way to make themselves the victim. That's the thing. It's never their fault. They're the perfect husband, the perfect boyfriend.
What do they tell their boys? Because men are really open and honest with each other, like, about the way they treat their women. Because I don't know if you saw the TikTok, Brian.
I don't think they are. No, I don't
know if you saw the TikTok where the woman was like on vacation. She came to vacation like a day late, and she found out her boy was like her man was cheating on her. Mm-hmm. And like she went through the text message, and he was like texting his like male cousins and stuff, like showing her in the freaking bathroom, and it's like, I don't even need my girlfriend or my mom to come here. Like, I got what I need. And the guys were just like laughing, and I'm like, is this how it is? Like, y'all just egg on like your guys' problematic behavior, and until you realize like it's come to a point where now it's like rape and murder, or like, are the signs already there and y'all don't check him? Or are y'all actually like shook when this news comes out about your friends doing this nonsense, like other men doing this nonsense? If it's your friend, are you actually surprised, or were the signs there?
No, here's my thing. I don't think that they I genuinely want to know. I don't think that they're honest with each other to the way you're thinking. I think men put on for other men about when it comes to women. They say everything to make themselves look like the good guy, the best husband, like they will do all of that, but in reality, what they're doing at home is they're very narcissistic. They weaponized incompetence. They are very emotionally, physically, and can be, verbally very violent towards their partners. But out to the outward to their friends, they're literally the best, and they act like that in front of their friends. I don't believe that they are in any way.
I feel like they'd have to be smart enough to do that, though. I feel like that's giving them too much to be able to be these violent men to be so
to be
two-faced
calculated
in front of their women. No, but to have literally, because how I'm interpreting what you're saying is that they like have two different personalities. So like
they do.
At home, they are evil, conniving, narcissistic, right? But narcissistic personality disorder is a real thing. Everybody has like a lot of people have signs of narcissism, but that's like a real disorder. But then you're saying like on another side, they don't have any traits of narcissism. They are like cool, calm, collected.
In their eyes, it's not that they're consciously doing this, but the switch just turns on here and there. If you like, what was this? I was just watching something where the dude was literally like this. What was it?
Dateline.
No, it wasn't Dateline.
Sword and Scale. Was it a TV show?
It was a
Coffee
show.
House Crime.
No, I can't. It wasn't one of those crime shows. It was like an actual like scripted TV show. But literally, the dude like in public, it was Elite. It was Elite, the show on Netflix about the students or whatever. But like to his girlfriend or whatever, or like in front of other people, like he'd be like, oh, he'd like be questioning her like why she's, like a regular boyfriend would be like, oh, you shouldn't really drink that much. We got an early night. We got to go home soon. Oh, like why, you shouldn't, I don't know why you wore it, like in a way that makes it seem as if though it's like I'm just a boyfriend, like showing concern. But behind closed doors, this man was like, why the fuck would you embarrass me in front of people like that, dressing like that? Are you trying to invite the whole world into your fucking bedroom? You want to fuck everybody else? Like, and to him, it didn't seem like he was doing anything wrong. Like he was behaving a way a concerned and loving boyfriend should. And then he would go ahead and hit his girlfriend or leave bruises on her. And then he'd be like, apologize and be like, oh, I'm so sorry. Da, da, da. And I genuinely think like men do not see themselves as the fucking victim, as like the fucking aggressor. Sorry. They don't see themselves as the aggressor or like they're the bad guy or they're evil. They see themselves as like, I'm a good person. Like I'm just trying to get the most out of my partner, trying to make my partner, like understand. I don't know if it's like understand me or like whatever it is, but like I'm the good guy. Even Justin Baldoni, while promoting It Ends With Us, was like, yeah, that's how I wanted to play this guy. Is like he never men who do this never see themselves as an evil villain. We as the audience and we as outsiders looking in are like, obviously he was an asshole, he was evil, like he was a terrible person. But they themselves in their minds, they don't see that. And those like, and that's what I'm saying is like that switch doesn't like it. They don't do it consciously. That switch is not like conscious to them.
So is it like something about her womanhood that activates it? Because I'm still wondering, like with men like that, how do they behave around their boys, particularly when they are talking about their girl, or like how they approach women if they're not in a relationship? Like the men who are friends with that kind of person, like what do they see? Do they see the signs? Are they blindsided? Like, is it just the women who see the crazy in these men? Do
we'd
the
have
other
to bring
men
on a
not see
cishet
it?
man who has experience with friends like that. We'd have to bring in a cishet man who has experience with friends like that, because, and I hope I don't know any.
If there are any listeners who if there are any cishet male listeners, the few of you that are out there that have a relationship with a man who was found to be abusive, maybe is in jail now, I don't know what happened, or he denied the allegations, whatever. Please tell us, what is it like from your perspective as a man
Write us
who
in.
is allegedly not
anonymous
abusive?
letter.
Yes.
Write us
It can be anonymous. And I feel like a lot of men do know abusive men, whether they're close with them or not. Like, you know at least one. You know at least one. Even if they're not your friend, you know one. You know somebody who's in jail, who has allegations, who has something. What if you interacted with them before? What was that like? Even if you can't speak from the friend's perspective. Because I know the ones that I've had, I've like heard allegations about. I'm not surprised. But I feel like men act like it's so shocking. So I genuinely want to know, like, are there certain people who are more shocking than others? Like, what is the range? I'm genuinely curious. Like, I just want to put myself in a non-problematic cishet male's perspective, and non-problematic because he's not abusive, at least. Okay, no emotional or physical abuse, and like what it's like to know somebody, not that you know that they're abusive, but to know a person that is abusive, even if you're not aware at the time of the abuse. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's too Freudian for me. You got that.
I think this is why I loved psychology, because I'm like, I just want to get to know the minds, the perspectives. Like,
girl,
what's it like?
go watch Criminal Minds if you want to do all that.
Oh, that was my favorite show. I've watched every single episode probably at least 20 times.
I know you have. Girl, let's moving on.
Can we just say a quick RIP?
Yeah.
Not just Quan. To our beautiful Rebecca, but a lot of people were just it was just a lot of suffering this week.
Fat what's his name? Fat boy. Fat Man Scoop. What? Fat boy. Wow. Fat Man Scoop passed away.
Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Let me tell you, rich homie Quan went triple platinum in my household in high school.
2015?
And 2016? Entering college. Oh my goodness. Like, lifestyle alone.
Yo, that song has been going so hard this past like week since.
Have you seen the clip with his DJ? This here lifestyle.
Live like begin. This on the beginning. Did we ever find out what the heck he was saying during that lyric?
No.
Oh no.
Those
my favorite clip
died with him. Okay, we know he's saying.
All I will say is Tracy Ellis Ross's video reading the lyrics. She was like, HIV? What? She was like, sir, this is not okay.
So this is why we don't look up the lyrics, Tracy. It's such auntie behavior to go look up their lyrics and react to them.
I don't know. Was it you or was it somebody?
That's what I was
singing? Somebody tagged me in a comment that was like, this is why I genuinely believe Tracy Ellis Ross was not just playing the character Joan. She was Joan. Because that is such a Joan thing to do. Be like, I want to be hip. Actually, I want to know, like, let me.
What are these kids singing about? What are the kids singing about? We don't know, babes. We don't know. We know lifestyle and beginning. Those are the lyrics that we know.
Some about a volcano going, That's it, Tracy. Don't look up the lyrics. But yeah, R.I.P. Exactly. But on some lighter notes, girl.
And R.I.P. to BeatKing. Hold on, because I meant to say this immediately, because BeatKing got me through COVID, bro. Honey, what up, Bree? What up, Key? I got her when she walked past me. Hey, Ashley. Look at me not knowing the lyrics, but I know the lyrics, okay? I did a whole video to this. Like, it was so good. And is it bad that I think about like Ashley Banks whenever he says Ashley? I'm like, I understand. She's very hot. I was like, he was definitely thinking about Ashley Banks when he wrote that. And bitch, we outside tonight. Bitch, get that bread, get that head, then leave.
Peace out.
A
Club
mantra.
Godzilla. I ain't tricking. I'm just dicking bitches down, head down.
Head down.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Every time he comes in, I'd be like, duh, duh. That part, oh, eats hard.
And I just feel, and okay, I was watching his like memorial funeral, and his eldest daughter was speaking. Back to the eldest daughter speaking for the family, because why was she making jokes and like just having like making the whole service just so much lighter and like really living up to his memory? She looks like him, her humor is like him, and she was talking about the things that her dad would say, and it was so beautiful. And I was like, oh, this little girl is way too young to be this strong.
When I pass, please make sure mine is basically like a comedy, a Def Jam comedy, okay? That's what I want for my fucking funeral. Key on my name. I don't want nobody wearing black.
Be there giving quotes from the internet.
I don't want anybody wearing all black. I don't want any, like, do not put my name on a t-shirt with spray paint or whatever. No. What I want y'all to do, I want everybody to show up in the brightest colors you have, baby. I want everybody peacocking, dressed down, okay? Bright colors. The whole entire, I want the service to look like the goddamn rainbow when I pass. And I'd
be like, you know what, Brian, and then is afterwards, so dramatic. But did you die? And then
afterwards,
oh wait.
And then all of a sudden, the projector lowers, and I'm like, y'all bitches thought I was dead, huh? Turn around. I got that ass. Yeah, I'm still gone, y'all. But hey, love to see y'all though.
I like this.
My funeral would be a key, and then afterwards, at the repast, don't even have no like somebody prepared. No, girl, don't do that. I want all your hoes
girls just singing. What is it? Acapella.
I do not want y'all at the repast talking about something. He was such a kind son. Nah, bitch. I want y'all at the club shaking ass. Y'all know how I love to turn up.
And
y'all know how I love to be. I want everybody eyes rolling back, doing the absolute, like, I want to be celebrated. And you have to play It's Plenty by Burna Boy.
Oh my gosh. I'll be
because if anybody knows me, everybody who knows me, when that song come on, hey, let me tell you.
Raps, clear the area. Somebody find a table for them to climb on.
I want to know. Wait, by the way, who has the video from last weekend though of me? Who got it? Because I know somebody got it. Yeah, they need to go ahead and send me that video with the quickness, because the way I want at my funeral, at my repast, y'all shall party. Y'all shall party no the stop. Party no the stop. When we pop, yeah, we all get it. Yep. That's definitely gonna be my funeral, but it'll be lit.
I love that. That sounds like a good time.
Yeah. So no sadness at my funeral. Please make sure. And this is recorded, so I'm
documented.
This is documented, you know.
Yes.
I, Brian Mudhuri Kimoto of Strong Sound Mind and Body, do solemnly declare.
The dramatics is crazy.
Y'all shall party at my funeral.
Party after party.
Also, I want to be cremated. Anyway, but moving on.
Oh, okay. Since you said that, I just want to say I want to be buried like, who's that one famous like peacemaker guy who just passed away? I'm so mad. He passed away like last year.
Peacemaker?
But he was buried in like a coffin box, but the coffin box was like made of like trees and all natural product. So like as it decomposes, it's already part of the earth. Like it's good for the earth, because coffins are not good for the earth. But the box that he was buried in is good for the earth. That's what I'd like to be buried in. It's like $18,000 or something crazy, but it's like, hello, my last wish. Like,
the cost of funerals is actually crazy.
Yeah, coffin boxes are not much cheaper. So
not coffin boxes, just coffin. It's not coffin box, it's just coffin.
Coffin, whatever. You know what I mean. It's like saying chai tea. It's like you can still say both. It's repetitive, but
let's move on to something a little lighter. Since we're on the topic of hip hop, before,
if it don't stop, hip hop, it don't stop.
If I was a bad bitch, I want to fuck me too. And NLE Choppa, I do want to fuck you.
Whoa!
What did he say?
that?
Like, why would she say that?
Why would she say that? Like, you know how that makes me feel.
Yeah, I said it.
That was so unhinged.
I can't believe I missed him at Pride, which is such a bummer, but
I can't believe you missed him too. Like, that's crazy. I'm sorry.
it's okay. His little paper magazine photo shoot that he did was cute enough for me. I said,
I saw that.
Girl,
I was
I'm so dead.
We're at dinner.
The tweets that they were talking about, some like, girl, he came over there fully covered, no sagging, pants,
he ain't
like
take no shirt off during that song.
Off, nothing. When they said, girl, he knew he couldn't give y'all none of that because y'all would go buck wild. And sure enough, he knew. He knew.
I mean,
he was like, I ain't let y'all see no Bunchy kid.
Because you saw his tweet.
Yeah. I was like, oh.
Coming out.
He is such a fucking troll. I swear to God. Because then he gonna quote tweet talking about something with an album soon. Fuck you, nigga. Like,
right. It's like, you know what you're doing. Stop playing with the girls.
The girls were over here talking about something. Yeah, it's given DL. It's given very much. But it was just like, I'm here for anybody who's part of the hip hop community who wants to destigmatize the whole, like, we can't be friends. Like, come on, we all black. We all bleed red. So I love that
I feel like straight girls love like flirting with other straight women. So it's like, why can't straight men do the same thing? If it's flirting with straight girls, love flirting with gay women. Like, why? Like, it's progressive if we let the straight men do the same.
I believe I'm safe in speaking for the lesbian community in saying y'all straight hoes need to stop that. Y'all straight hoes need to stop that shit.
Y'all gonna jump me?
Cause bitch, if you not going down and eating no cat, why the fuck are you talking to me? Stop trying to give me these fuck me eyes.
No, because when I made a Tinder back in the day, I put it for girls and guys, and just because I wanted to be friends with everybody. And the girls always unmatched me when I was like, I just want to like have more friends that aren't at UGA, and then I wouldn't hear from them again. And I was like, that's the problem. I didn't understand what I did.
Girls,
now I understand.
Get her. Officer, there she is. That's the one. Arrest her. Yeah, they don't like that.
But the man would be like, oh, you just want to have a friend? I'll be your friend. So
they be ready to be anybody's friend. Yeah, but I will say, like, the gays do also give very cis het behavior when it comes to going after straight men. It's like, bitch, he don't want you. Calm the fuck down. Like, yo, feral. Calm your feral ass down. Like,
he
please.
Don't want me, then don't talk to me. Like, you're talking to me though. So
like, we can like, I'm all for everybody as part of allies and Rainbow, coalition, being friends. Just let's just respect each other's boundaries. Wangeshi. So don't be trying to be friends with no more lesbians. Maybe the bisexuals. Look, you might be able to chill with the bisexuals.
With the bisexuals, so, that's too in the gray area. Actually, I do have a lot of bisexual friends, especially in college. I was like, what about me? How come I'm not?
What about me doesn't say bye?
It doesn't give bye vibes.
I mean, I said it before and I'll say it again. Wangeshi, you low-key give,
Do I give? Because, my girlfriends, Serena and Jana, they know.
Girl.
They know
I know you've been dying to talk about them. Go ahead.
Oh my God, I know you can I? Okay, I'm obsessed. Speaking of girlfriends, Meg the Stallion shouted out Serena Page by name. First of all, Cordell wins Love Island Boyfriend of the Week. Yes.
I'm dead. Not Boyfriend of the Week.
He met Meg the Stallion. And
they were at the same event, right?
Bailey. And do you know what he did immediately?
Called
Tried
Serena.
To FaceTime Serena. I was like, you win. First of all,
he wins.
Cordell, Chloe, and Meg all meeting. Baby, where are y'all? That's where I need to be. This is like my multiverse of madness. Like, this is my everything. Like, all
not
of
multiverse
my
of madness
coming together. And I felt for Serena because she was like, "Doubt you will pay for your crimes," because I think she was supposed to be there by the time he met Meg Thee Stallion. Imagine, I would be so livid.
I'd be heated.
I was just being well fed this week because also, can I play a commercial on here?
No.
I'll turn off the sound.
You can't play it. You can't play it even for video. You can't play it for video because they're not paying us.
Because then they can't hear.
Because they're not paying us. That's why.
No, but okay, that's fair. But a little shout out to that little tea lemonade agua commercial because Jenny.
Also,
I need
shout
to
out
say
to
it in the
Dunkin'
Leah
Donuts
voice. Oh yeah. That was. I love all these commercials are just using thirst traps as their commercials because it's like the Love Island cast. They're hot. We don't have to do much.
They're hot. We don't have to do much. Fuck hiring models.
Exactly. But that PPG and PPGM commercial collab, Duncan, you did your big one, your huge one. But I have to give Agua de whatever the fuck their ones, their 10s actually. Because I have to say this in the Leah voice. Janae. She was on that commercial given face, body, no waist, 70s tea.
What do you mean no waist? 70s? Slim waist.
No waist. Waist does not exist. Okay? The waist was not in the building. Okay?
A cinch to the gods.
With her man Kenny, like they looked so good. I cannot even tell you how many times I watched their commercials.
That video he took of her, and he's like,
on set.
I was like, oh my God.
And I love Kenny because every time he records her, all he does is make sound effects like
Kenneth. Fuck him up, Kenneth. Fuck him up, Kenneth. Go ahead, Kenneth. Fuck him up.
And it's just like Janae, she's like singing along to some like little song about like took my innocence or something like that. And like she's sipping her little, I don't know, Sprite or whatever she's drinking. And Kenny's just shimmying in. He gives her a little kiss in the cheeks and shimmies back down. And then another scene, Brian.
Oh my God. Wangeshi, let me tell you something. Y'all want to know how deep Wangeshi is into these couples? Wangeshi joined a Janae and Kenny community on Instagram.
Twitter.
And literally, was it Twitter? Okay, it was Twitter. And this girl literally gets notifications constantly about them.
You know what's so crazy? Like, I don't get their live notifications, and I'm like about to get a new phone because what are you doing? I didn't even know Twitter had spaces and communities until Janae and Kenny, until I found that one. And I was like, hey, well, if you're on my timeline already, well, let me join. I was so happy when they let me in because, you know, it's like pending. You don't just join it and get accepted. It's like they have to
they go through
might kick you.
They might go through. They probably go through your reposts or your replies.
I know now
Twitter.
they can't even go through your likes. Thank God I can't go through my likes. But let me tell you, Kenny was on that bed going to town.
I would have loved to see what was on your legs. But anyway, go ahead.
You will never know now. My likes is so unhinged now that it's hidden.
I mean, it's fine. I could just take your phone when we're hanging out and be like, let's see.
Yeah. Let's see. But Janae and Kenny, first of all, Kenny, do you remember you're supposed to be acting and you're on a bed on a set, like not in bed at home? Because the way he was on Janae's body. He was on her body.
He was like, heavy. Baby, this ain't practice. This is what we do.
He was like, you want me to hug and kiss upon her? And
I was like, do y'all need an intimate coordinator? They didn't even need an intimacy coordinator on that set, bro.
Coordinator, babe. The coordinator's gonna be like, "Whoa, we did not agree to that, guys. Cut. About to break SAG union rules all the way. Do you consent
to this? Are you consenting to this?
Like Janae had to literally push him off.
I have a question. Like,
yes,
let's say if you go on a reality TV show, can you join SAG afterwards, or are you a SAG member afterwards, or does it?
I don't think, especially like nowadays, most reality shows aren't SAG because they're not trying to follow those rules. But you can definitely join it after the fact.
Wait, can you join SAG as an actor
you can,
after the fact?
You have to be SAG eligible. So you have to get on a SAG set. But I'm pretty sure they have it these commercials at this point. So they probably
I was going to say, so can they join after the commercials?
Mm-hmm.
Because in order to join SAG, don't you have to show you've been working or something like that?
Been on like a SAG project, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like so many projects. But yeah, I'm sure they can now. Did you see the BTS of the director when he was doing Janae and Kenny's scene? He's like, oh yeah, tilt that head back. Yeah, put that hash brown in her mouth. I was like,
I
exactly,
almost felt
director.
so.
Exactly.
I almost felt so like I was looking at something. I was like over here just like.
I wasn't. I was like, again. Yeah, do it again. Yeah.
I have a
Replay,
feeling
rewind.
in one of Wangeshi's like Twitter likes, there is like full on just like Janae Kenny like AI fucking porn. I'm saying
Oh
it
my God,
now.
no, I would not do that. I would not do that because that's immoral. I wouldn't do that. But if they release it, if Janae, Kenny, if you need supporters, just know you'll have one. If I'm alive, you'll always have one. You'll never worry about being broke. You can charge $1,500 a month, babes. You'll always have one supporter.
Well, speaking of people charging exorbitant amounts for shit, Beyonce, it's giving very much posting a cash app on your story on your birthday because bitch, why am I spending almost $90 just to get drunk off your shit?
Didn't she
I'm
say there
gonna
was an
buy it
email on her
still.
birthday?
Yeah, she said, let's toast up to something new. Said, girl, it's giving you broke and you trying to get us money. Like, if you broke, just say
girl,
it.
Begging, and then like she begging first thing in the morning. It's not even 9 a.m.
Right. I ain't even got the crust out my eyes yet. Like, but I will be buying SirDavis soon. So yeah, I'm sorry.
I know when I saw that $89, I was like, thanks, love.
But then I started.
I love you lots, babes. But I won't be doing it. But well, now I'm like, I need it.
Our offer still stands if you want to go in on a bottle with us.
But you see, I want my own bottle.
Girl, are you even gonna get one? Because they're not shipping to Georgia.
I know.
Because I went on her website and tried to put it in my. They were like, put in your address for shipping. It said, sorry, we're not shipping
Beyonce?
to these states. And then Georgia was one of them.
Georgia doesn't deserve it. We have done nothing to deserve that other than the mute challenge. But in terms of everything else, historically, politically, socially, Georgia banned us.
Hold on. We did go blue last election, so I think we deserve a little something.
I think come November, she gonna let us know whether we're gonna get SirDavis or not. She's gonna be like, all right, if y'all bitches disappoint.
Watch, SirDavis is about to be the official sponsor for the fucking inauguration if Kamala wins.
Okay. I was watching like these review videos of people taking it, and this guy, like, he loved it, but then he was like, it's very strong, I wasn't ready, and he put Coke in it, and that just seemed so distasteful to me.
Well,
I feel like SirDavis is like either take it by like either take it by itself or like put like, I don't know, like vanilla extract or something. Like,
all right, there's already vanilla in it. Like, why are you?
I know, but I feel like you can't like put Coke. Like, you have to put like ingredients. Like, you have to create something new if you're gonna add to it. Coke is diabolical.
There's like a honeybee cocktail on her website that she suggests, like, you know.
See, Beyonce approved. Yes, very.
I say when we get when we get this bottle of SirDavis,
amen.
I say we go over a friend Jazz's place and make this cocktail, and I'll break my sobriety with y'all then.
And you know, Jazz is really good at making mixed drinks. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not a Henny girl. Like, I don't go that way. But if Jazz is making a
cognac
Henny punch, I'm drinking it every time because it's gonna
be
good.
Her green tea shots.
It's gonna be demure.
Oh, I miss them. I miss her green tea shots. Because those will get you. But they're so good.
They're so good.
Anyway, girl.
That's what I broke my sobriety with. Was actually her green tea shots. Shout out to Jazz.
Shout out to her. Girl, can't wait to get lit on your birthday with you. But go ahead. Let's go ahead and get into what we're watching on TV with Wangeshi and Brian.
No, you gotta say what we're watching on TV with Brian and Wangeshi. Because it rhymes.
All right. You got it. You already said it.
You know, I'm the in-house rapper. You're like the MC and I'm the rapper. So I'm just trying to tell you, like, elevate our, you know,
consciousness, material. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Girl, what are you watching on TV?
I was watching Purple Umbrella. I finally finished it, and
for those who don't comprehend, that's what Wangeshi calls the Umbrella Academy. This is the last season, right? Their last season. They had 6 episodes instead of 10 when they were expecting 10. So that honestly should have told us everything we need to know. But I came in really hopeful because it was like
okay, they at least get to close it out how they want to. Brian, the season was the biggest waste of time. Honestly, I saw one person say that we should have just counted it as like Klaus's fever dream, and I agree. This season didn't count. Spoilers. They did a whole love story thing with Five and what's her name? Lila or some shit. If y'all don't know, Lila is Five's brother's wife. And they fucking get stuck in some fucking time train shit together for 7 years and fucking fall in love or some bullshit like that. And then then they do a whole flashback to their scenes together. Like, we're not shipping them. We were never shipping them. We never wanted them to be together. You cannot convince us that this was somehow supposed to happen. I don't care about their little 5-7 years in an episode on a train together, bitch. I don't know what they were thinking with that.
I don't know what it is
whole
about
end of the world thing was just such like a mute point. Like, honestly, all the other characters were doing things that had nothing to do with the actual end of the world happening, even though they knew what's happening by like episode 2, until literally like the last few scenes where they all finally come together and they're like, oh, the world is ending, and then they all, big spoiler alert, die. They all were like, not even die, Brian, because end of the world, they die, they go to another timeline, whatever. Die, like, cease to exist, like, never existed in universes, like, type shit. All they have at the end are little flowers to be like, oh, here's 1 through 7. No flower for Lila, even though she had to die too. Her name might not even be Lila. I'm not gonna hold you. But, like, she had to cease to exist too. And it was just very much like, it just felt so pointless to me, like a pointless season. You were saying all these heroes had to cease to exist for the end of the world to happen, even though we didn't focus on the end of the world. We focused on some trash romance story up until the last second, and all these other siblings had side stories that didn't matter, except for the knife guy and the strong guy. Their CIA story was pretty cool. But yeah, it was like super disappointing, honestly. Did you watch it?
Girl, I gave up on Umbrella Academy. When they started getting into time jumping, I said, yeah, babe, I can't keep up with that. I already need a fucking like chronology thing to understand certain shows. When it starts getting into like time jumping and stuff, like, I'd be like, oh, no, I'm good. I'm off that. So, and that was like back in like season.
I was like 1. Almost off rip. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
you gave up early.
I said, it's cute, you know. I love this for y'all, but by cuties, this one's not for me. So I dipped out on Umbrella Academy. But since we're on Netflix shows, I am watching a different show.
What
on
show's
Netflix
that, friend?
Chaos. It's kind of the telling of the Greek gods, like Zeus, Persephone, Dionysus, all this, and like but it's totally like modern times, but not in the way that like you would think. It's like, oh, it's I don't know. It's very interesting, and it's very like, and like in this world, in this modern world, like the gods are still like worshipped in Greece, I guess you could say, because the first episode starts with like the humans giving like a sacrifice to the gods, and also like basically was it revealing like a statue that they had built for them, and then come to find out like somebody had literally like dumped piles of like shit onto the actual statue, so they were like, what, oh my god. So the gods felt offended, specifically Zeus. But then this is also the storytelling of like,
it's Zeus. It's always Zeus.
So, but this is the storytelling about what's her name? Is it Eurydice? Yeah, Eurydice. And how she and 2 other individuals, I believe it's Dionysus and
that's such a cunt name. I love it.
Dionysus.
Mm-hmm.
That's so funny you say that because it's played by a guy in the show.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's very like it's giving very like PC. Is it PC? Yeah. Not PC. Very woke casting a little bit.
Not the woke casting.
Not in a bad way. Not in a bad way. But like in like a
I never thought woke casting was bad. I mean, but I was like, you're gonna get the girls mad.
I think the word I meant to use is blind casting, where it was like race and gender did not matter in casting. They just tried to find somebody who was like who would be good for the role. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Will Casting.
Yeah. But it's really good so far. I've really been enjoying it. Jeff Goldblum plays Zeus, which is like a complete departure from what you would think Zeus would be played by. And it's kind of nice because like he gives his very like Jeff, if you know like Jeff Goldblum's acting, how like he has this like animated way about him that he comes off of. If you saw the Thor Love and Thunder, he kind of takes that character a little bit with the like importance and like the heaviness of like Zeus, you know, this is like ego and stuff. So it's like it's a very fresh telling of like Greek mythology, and I'm here for it. And I love history stuff. You know me, I'm all about history. Give me like an 18th century like with bomb ass costumes and a great storyline of like cheating, infidelity, like ancestry, you know, just all of that. Yeah, and it's like first episode, girl dies. I say, whoa, what? Set, and then there's also like Persephone body doubles as Zeus to fuck one of his side pieces because she found out that he's pregnant, and she hates the fact that Zeus always be having kids with mortals. And yeah, it's so good. It's so good. So Chaos on Netflix. Y'all should definitely tune in. I like it. It's fun.
You love a messy show.
I do.
With a moral gray area.
I love a messy show.
How do you say that? Gray oral. Whoa.
Not that kind of show.
Moral oral.
That's more for late night.
You love a messy show. I would just leave it at that.
I love a messy show with a gray moral area, and also just some cunt ass women. Just give it like the actress who plays like Persephone. She's like like I just love just like a white woman just sitting back like with like a short pulled back haircut with like a blonde with like just like a cigarette. So you just gonna keep fucking and giving like, you know, just I love that. It's like my favorite like archetype is just like a cunt white woman. Like Rose, what's her name? Is it Rose Byrne? No, the one who was in Gone Girl.
Oh, I don't remember.
Anytime I see that hoe in a serious bob, ooh, I'm sad.
For the bob.
Yeah, I'd be sad. I'd be sad for her. So that's what I'm watching, and it's really good. You should watch it. And also Industry every Sunday. Every Sunday, I'm gonna speak the praises of this show. Industry.
They need to pay you with how much you be pubbing that show.
I've been trying to get you to get into this show, but this season is less about like the technical, like I mean there's a little bit about it. But this last episode from last week, girl, had me in a fucking tizzy. Like they know how to have you like root for the absolute worst, like want the best for the absolute worst people. Because the entire time I'm just over here like thinking, I'm like, Rishi, you have a great wife, you have a child, you have a new home, like please do something right. Meanwhile, this man is over here stealing from his coworkers, running a Ponzi scheme as a gambling ring. I said, oh Lord. And apparently he owes like really big, like really dangerous people a lot of money. And then he finally like is up, you know, like he goes to the casinos and like on his last couple of dollars he's like flips it around. But then tell me why this man goes to the bar, gets drunk, gets into it was just a lot. And then he has like envelope of money that he just won from the casino that he could use to pay off the people that he owes money to. But what does he do after he gets beat up at the bar, at the club? He goes back to the casino, loses all of it, is left with like nothing, wakes up, comes to find out by the time he leaves the casino, it's daylight. He hasn't gone home to his wife in the country, and she's calling up his phone. He shows up to work with a black eye and a bloody shirt. And yeah, but it's so good. Because the whole time you're just like, oh, I just want such good things to happen to him. But also at the same time, he's a complete asshole to the way he talks to his coworkers and also to the female coworkers to the point where like he has they started a fucking Reddit channel, a Reddit thread about things they say at like his company or whatever, and things that they've heard at his desk that he's like, screamed across people. I'm just like,
So are the writers making you root for him, or is it just you rooting for him?
No, the writers make you root, like the
sounds
way
like only you're rooting for him.
No, even on Twitter, like as I was watching, people were like, "Why do I want the best for this guy?" But he's actually literally the worst actual human being, like actual literal human garbage. Because why is he subscribed to his coworkers like OnlyFans and is also cheating on his wife with her? Yeah.
No, you could never make me like that man or want the best for him.
No, trust me. You're going to watch it and be like, damn, he's really on some hard time shit. But this is somebody who makes like almost millions of dollars a year. Like I'm telling you, literally, I'm telling you. It's like the hubris of some people.
I think that show is just too realistic for me to root for them.
No,
like I feel like I would know a Rishi and I'd be like, yeah, I wish you nothing but the worst. And it's like you're supposed to root for him, and it's gonna be like he can rot.
No, you're not supposed to root it for him.
Wife leaves him, takes everything he's ever made in life, and he's
but guess
stuck
what?
in a box.
You feel so like you think that, right? And then you come to, and then literally at the end of the episode, his wife is like, "I've been fucking the groundskeeper, by the way. You don't fuck me anymore." And he's like, and he literally says to her, "It's like, did he make you come? Did he eat you out?" And she's just like, "Yeah." And that's when she tells him, "It's easier to raise healthy boys than fix a broken man."
It was his wife who said that?
Yes.
Oh, she ate him up good. Yeah.
And then they proceed to have sex and make up.
Oh and my God. Off. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
Cause like she's like this like posh, like comes from money type girl, and like he bought this country house that for her and that they're living in, but then he works all the way in the city. It's like the whole dynamic is fucked up because it's giving very much Rose from Get Out, like if you know what I mean. You can tell like she's only exclusively dated like POCs.
Okay, because Rishi, I was like, this sounds like a brown man's name.
Yeah. But then literally at the last scene, you're like, you see him just like get all this like bravado, like get all his like courage, not courage, but like all his like, back, because he was down real bad, money wise and like with his wife, and that just like he's like, fuck the establishment, fuck the patriarchy, fuck this white, because he bought this clubhouse near his country house that used to be like generationally owned by like wealthy whites, but the wealthy whites can no longer upkeep it, so he was the only one with money who came in and was like, I'll buy it. But then they've been like, oh no, you have to keep everything the same, generationally. And he's like, oh okay, well, I was thinking of modernizing it. And they're like, no, we don't want to change it too much for the locals, because it's also like a bar at the same time. And so literally in the last scene, he's just like, fuck white supremacy. And you just see him like bash up like all these old white people's pictures that have been like, that you genuinely definitely did not see them. And you're just like, fuck yeah, fuck white. And you're just like, wait, am I rooting for him to fuck up and like for a brown man to take over a white establishment and turn it into something? You see what I'm saying? It's just like you're conflicted as to why you're. And then literally at the last minute, he gets a phone call from his bookie and he's like, hey, I got that money for you. And he's like, okay, bet, I'll be by to pick it up later. And he's like, actually, you mentioned that $50K bet that you were so sure on. Can we just go ahead? And you're just like, Rishi, what the fuck?
Oh, he's about to gamble it away.
Literally, he just got all this, like he just won at work, got all this money. His comp is about to be crazy in the millions. And you're just like,
fucked his wife finally.
Yeah, they seem like they could be on good terms. And then he's just like, actually, let's go ahead and put $50K. Yeah.
It's like rooting for Rue in Euphoria. You can't win for losing, honey.
I'm telling you, this show is I can't wait for this weekend season, or this weekend's episode. It's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Well, that actually sounds interesting.
Yeah, I told you. On that note, y'all, anything else to say?
I just want to say that Serena, Cordell, Kenny, and Janae, you will always be famous.
Period.
That's all I wanted to say.
And Watu,
girl, you need to pay me, because the amount of girls that got this fan now,
mine is charging.
Putting them on.
Mine is charging. See? I got my turbo fan,
my
y'all.
Check. Yeah, y'all. This fan, she cute.
Why are you giving them free promo?
Sorry, because I hope
they ain't paid us for nothing. They ain't pay us for nothing.
I'm just speaking it ahead of time. I'll be
the
like,
check
yeah,
ain't cleared. The check ain't
okay.
cleared. The check
You're
ain't
right.
cleared.
You're
Thank
right.
you.
Sorry.
And on that note, y'all, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening to another unhinged episode of the Untitled Africans podcast. We love y'all for listening and tuning in. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, rate, do all the good stuff. You can find us wherever podcasts are found: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and now officially on Revolt TV. Also, don't forget, we post the video version of the podcast every Tuesday on our YouTube channel at Untitled Africans. Don't forget to also follow us on our socials at Untitled Africans Pod on TikTok and on Instagram. We love you. Bye. God, that was a fucking mouthful.